Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between Empire Happy and Sahara Baby K, also known as BabyKnight. This is going to be a Protoss versus Terran, BabyKnight versus Happy, and we are here on the map Cloud Kingdom. And before we jump into this game, I want to let you know, in case you hadn't already known, I actually was at MLG Anaheim 2012 just over the weekend. Had a lot of fun being there. You know, it's funny because when I announced I was going, people are asking if I was playing or if I was commentating, neither of which is the case. Unfortunately, as much as I love StarCraft 2 commentary, I don't know that I'm necessarily at the caliber to be commentating at a professional level like that. I think, you know, we just quickly talk about like my style of commentary. I am much more so although I try to throw in some analytical stuff every now and then, I am much more so a play-by-play or kind of a color commentator, as you might want to call it. And sure, there are plenty of those, and I don't even know that I'm among the best. I know a lot of you watching this in particular like my commentary style, and I of course appreciate that, but maybe one day, who knows, maybe if I kind of hone in on my skills, one day I could commentate. The other part of that too is that I just don't play SC2 very much at all. I don't have a lot of game time as it is, and as of lately, it's pretty much been devoted to Diablo 3, plus what any other game I may be doing a quick look video for. But anyway, that is enough talking about that. Let us jump into this game. BabyKnight now coming out with his gateway and assimilator. Both players scouting out. Will be crossing scouts there. Happy held up a little bit by BabyKnight's probe. Now we are going to be seeing a 1 racks into expand here from Happy. As you can see, he placed the depot out front, building that barracks, and with no refinery yet, we will be seeing a quick expansion from him, and that is information that will be known by BabyKnight in just one moment, as he is scouting out, spotting that there are no refineries. So now he pretty much knows what to expect. So yes, Happy will be coming out with that 1 racks into expand. That command center will be dropped within the next minute or so. Back over here inside of BabyKnight's base, we do have the Cybernetics Core coming out. Just 2 guys on the gas at the moment. Really just going with as little Vespian as possible. It's going to allow him to still get his Warp Gate research and a Stalker early on, but saving that extra worker, instead of putting him on the gas, putting him on minerals instead, so that he can get off that expansion a little bit quicker. Now there's the expansion for Happy, and we do also have that first Marine out, which will be shooing back this probe over here. Pretty certain, and yes, he did. He was able to scout out Happy's expansion, so BabyKnight now confirmed his suspicions of the expansion, coming out with an expansion of his own, and may now finally be working to fully saturate that assimilator. And since he does finally have that expansion up, probably going to expect that very shortly as well. Again, we can see the Warp Gate research plus that first Stalker coming out. And there we go, finally fully saturates that assimilator. We'll be seeing that SCV here for Happy now finally head back to his main base, or is he going to be pulling up to the side and chilling out for some secondary scouting later on? That's another option as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Bunker coming out for Happy, now in going for this barracks heavy opening. As you can see, 2 more racks coming out after that first one. And these 2 racks coming out before these 2 refineries. That means he's just going to be sitting with Marines early on, and getting the bunker is pretty much what protects you from early game aggression from a Stalker. Now the other option, a lot of times, if this were just a map with 1 ramp right here, you could sometimes sit the Marines in a line at top of that ramp, so when the Stalker comes up, your Marines are able to shoot him right away. But with this second opening over here, the Stalker would be able to pull up from this position and stop something like that from being effective. So with that, it will be required here for Happy to come out with this bunker. It looks like we will be seeing some aggression here from BabyKnight, actually. He's placing a proxy pylon and finishing chrono boosting out that Warp Gate research, and 2 more gateways also coming out. A little bit of 3-gate pressure will be coming out here for BabyKnight. So we should be seeing some Warp Ins very shortly over in this position. We'll have to see how effective this is going to be. Now Happy coming out with a supply depot out front. First Stalker taking a bit of damage, doing what he can to soften up those Marines, but really not doing too much damage, as it wasn't able to kill any of them. Now the supply depot, if we do see some early pressure here from BabyKnight, this is actually going to stop a Zealot push from being able to get a full surround on that bunker, at least in that top position. Obviously, the Zealots could wrap around over here. But here we go, first Stalker coming through. We just saw a Warp-In over here as well with 3 sentries. Sentries first to accumulate some energy so that when BabyKnight does push, he's got more energy to drop force fields around that bunker, and quite possibly even saving up enough energy to get a Guardian Shield down to cut back on the effectiveness of the missile attacks here from Happy. All right, so now getting a few more Zealots, one more sentry there as well. BabyKnight continues to gear up to prepare for his push, chrono boosting out that warp gate cooldown as well, allowing him to warp in a little bit sooner. And here it comes, guys, 2 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, and 4 sentries, and the push will commence. Now, Happy is aware of this, so he's getting prepared to deal with this. Mass SCV repair. There are the force fields to attempt to stop the repair. Still, 2 SCVs able to get a repair down on that, and the Guardian Shield not cutting back enough damage as Happy is able to force BabyKnight back. So BabyKnight's early pressure not doing much. Luckily, was able to save these 3 units right here. You can see 2 sentries and a Zealot in the red. Was able to pull back in time, though. Now, he's going to be warping in a few more units. I'm interested to see if he's going to continue this up here. Get back his shields and then push in with another engagement. Taking a look in the main base here for Happy. You have a reactor and a tech lab coming out there. Also getting a reactor on this factory, which will be used to hot swap with the starport for double medevacs. So it will, of course, be that bio-heavy Marine Marauder medevac here for Happy. BabyKnight really isn't going to be able to do much at all. I don't expect him to really continue to push here against this. Maybe just try to stall Happy from moving out himself, but not too much BabyKnight's going to be able to do right here. Back at home, we've got Double Forge plus a Twilight Council coming up, so getting ready to get some upgrades there for his gateway units. Also 2 more gateways getting built at the moment. 1 Marine on the high ground, giving Happy the vision he needs to fully see what he's up against here. And again, BabyKnight continuing to push. Now, one big thing that this is doing is, as you can see, Happy is consistently forced off the line with those SCVs. That is a lot of mining downtime that BabyKnight is forcing by even just feigning an engagement, just by sitting here and getting ready to possibly push forward. It's kind of putting Happy on edge, forcing him to pull guys off the line. So even though it's a small little thing, that a little bit of mining downtime does, of course, work in BabyKnight's favor, as he is not having to deal with any of that pressure at all. 1-1 upgrades being chrono boosted out. Charge upgrade also coming through. Another gateway being built over here. There is the Templar Archives. We charge a Zealot, High Templar, and Archon that will be seen from BabyKnight to counteract the Marine Marauder medevac coming out here for Happy. Happy finally gets some medevacs in play, and with that, feeling confident to move out. Does take out the pylon over here that BabyKnight had right outside of his natural expansion. And Happy getting ready to push. Factory Scout moving up to the upper left-hand position of BabyKnight's base. It looks like both the forces will meet in the middle, and this is not a good position here for BabyKnight. He's going to need to push back right now. He's got to realize, yeah, that is not a force that he is quite prepared to deal with as he waits for his 1-1 and the charge upgrades. Once those finish, he's going to be in a much stronger spot, buying himself some time with the force field. Happy will be trying to break down these destructible rocks. A pylon being placed over here. Factory Scout actually getting ready to land in BabyKnight's 3rd expansion position, his 3rd base position. Now the charge upgrade is finished. Plus those 1-1 upgrades is going to put BabyKnight in a much better position. Doing a bit of damage, forcing a liftoff there by Happy. Happy going to continue to try to heal up his forces. Get ready to move forward with more of a push here. Guardian Shield goes down, trying to cut back on some of that damage. Nice force field, but Happy's able to sneak by with that little bit of space to the right there. We have some High Templar in play, however, they don't have. There's the feedback. So not much healing left from those medevacs there. A few more Zealots also getting warped in. It looks like BabyKnight is going to be okay, especially now that that Archon is finished. And there you go. Tries to gets the 1 medevac with 1 unit in it. That's the prime target that he was looking for, but wasn't able to get that one. Stalkers actually, oh man, too bad he doesn't have blink right now. That'd be ideal. Yeah, Happy's gonna be all set. Makes the escape there with those 2 medevacs. Now it's gonna force this factory to lift off here. Happy, lift it off, there you go. Doesn't really matter though, that's gonna start burning in just a second, and then see you later, sucker. There it is, factory gets taken out. Doesn't see much at all. I think he spotted the 2 assimilators in the pylon, which, nothing big whatsoever. We have a 3rd place down over here for Happy. He's going to be working to saturate that right now. BabyKnight does have his 3rd building. However, this is going to be significantly later when he's going to be able to start taking advantage of those extra resources. Taking a quick look at the resources lost. They're about even right now. 1 Zealot engaging over here with the Marine and Marauder. It's taken out without issue there for Happy. BabyKnight will be forced back as we've got some stemmed up bile going to try to force a cancel. They're going to get it. Yeah, see you later, Nexus. Stalker's blinking forward now. He's going to be able to take this out here. Bio's going to stim up and actually try to pull away to safety. Also, second medevac joining the fun. They'll lift off here. No, Blink Stalkers. Again, taking out the medevac, making it so that Happy really can't lift off, and if he tried to, he loses forces anyway. So he's just kind of doing what he can with what he has. Fortunately for him, though, that's not that much. There you go. Finally gets taken out. But with all that said, even though Happy just lost a ton there, he also was able to take out that Nexus that was building. So BabyKnight forced to place this down again, and again we have Happy over here taking full advantage of these extra resources. Now, really need to see BabyKnight try to take this out or force a liftoff or something. The concern, of course, for him is that there is another force here for Happy moving out towards the third yet again. So both players pushing out towards their opponent's third base. No question here that BabyKnight will be able to force a liftoff. There's just not a lot of forces. But the question now is Happy going to have enough to deal with this? He's actually moving back. Uh-oh. This is a concern. He's not going to get here in time. And BabyKnight, again, is going to be able to force a liftoff. Look at how Zealot heavy he is. He won't be able to kill off that orbital command. He just doesn't have the anti-air necessary. But quite quickly able to force that liftoff. Happy going back as soon as possible. To which BabyKnight responds by returning. Doing some more damage to the orbital, forcing liftoff again. Here we go, Happy moving out with his stimmed up bio. Gonna try to take out BabyKnight's forces. Now we do have 2 High Templar, both of which can land down a storm. So that is of course something that Happy needs to be wary of. Seeing no drops from Happy at the moment. Also, no additional harass here coming from BabyKnight. BabyKnight, more Zealots, more High Templar. Happy moving towards the center of the map. Now, we've got continuous upgrades here. The 3-3 upgrades actually coming out here for BabyKnight. And what is Happy sitting at? He's just at 1-1. Weapons level 2 is coming through. Also now getting a hefty amount of Ghost in play. 5 in production with 4 in play already. That EMP action could certainly hurt BabyKnight. It's really going to come down to whether or not he can protect those High Templar from snipes and EMPs to land down some storms, because if he can't do that, it's going to be a problem. Happy decides to place his third over here. It looks like he's more confident in actually defending this position with his forces sitting here, so he can pull back to defend the natural or move up here to defend that third. But that was a lot of time in which he was not mining as he was lifting off that orbital and landing it all the way over in this position. Scouting Zealot moving forward. A couple of High Templar chilling out over here. BabyKnight moving to his third to defend. We do have a couple of Colossus, so a Colossus transition coming here. And Happy doesn't know about that yet. He doesn't have any Vikings in play, nor does he have any in production. Definitely is not aware of this Colossus transition that we're seeing from BabyKnight, and that could be a problem for Happy. Those first 2 Colossus now finished. There's a scan. Happy sees the Colossus and says, I'm going back home and starting to produce some Vikings right now. Yeah, he was really not in the position to deal with that. With the storms that would have been laid down from the High Templar, although of course he could have sniped an EMP. Oh, a little bit of harass coming down over here as well. And actually, yes, some Zealots streaming on into this position. And just even a small amount of Zealots, enough to force Happy all the way back with his army here. Just to deal with this, and we're going to see BabyKnight take advantage of this. Now, he has scouted out this third position, so he's now moving across the map. We have 2 Vikings in play here for Happy, with 2 more coming through. Looks like now we're going to see that big engagement. Nice EMPs. Massive EMP damage there. Lots of shields removed for about half of that Zealot force, if not more, actually. Another EMP goes down, draining that High Templar of all of his shields, plus a bit of his energy there. A few High Templar waiting on the backside. Oh, that could be pretty pivotal in this engagement, and here we go. Moving forward, charge Zealots. Colossus, and then here come the High Templar from the back. Ouch. Very GG, says Happy. Took massive damage from the backside. The transition into Colossus, although we saw Happy start to come out with some Vikings, simply was not enough. Very nice engagement there at the end for BabyKnight. Alright, my friends, that does it for this game here between Happy and BabyKnight. Pretty fun back and forth, and this last engagement was amazing for BabyKnight. Great game. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe, and don't forget, guys, keep watching and keep owning.